Yeah. How we feeling? How we living? Great day today. It's 2:15 on the Dizot. Shedeur Sanders back fully ready to go. But the cool thing about this is, well, not cool thing, but just advantage for Shedeur, obviously, with the situation last time. Now, Dylan Gabriel is going to be out. How we doing, RN Sir? Appreciate you, Jam. Appreciate you, CBNI guys. Appreciate you. Obviously, as you know, Dylan Gabriel is out. Hey, how you doing? I'm going to say hey right back to you. This is what the quarterback room for the Browns looks like right now. Again, if you don't know, sadly, Dylan Gabriel dealing with hamstring soreness. So you kind of have to think, hey, you know, what's going on in this Browns training room when you have the same type of injury come up in the same position group. You kind of have to be like, hey, what are we doing, you know, preparation wise for these guys? You have Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel having hamstring issues. Hamstring issues are something you got to deal with, but that means Shedeur Sanders gets his golden opportunity. Him and Joe Flacco, the old man, is the only one who hasn't missed a practice due to any types of injuries. We're also going to have a separate video, Shedeur speaking to the media, but today, this is our first clip. They're doing a little individual drills that helps both the receivers and the quarterbacks, you know, throwing over shoulders, throwing through obstacles, getting a nice catch. So this is a cool little process here. We're going to be checking in with a few more clips as well as they lead up. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Beautifully blessed. Appreciate you being here. Finally made it when you first started, of course. Thank you so much. Leonard V says, Texas in here. Yes, sir. Stampede. My guy Stampede, what's it called? Obviously, if you're not following him on Twitter, make sure I follow him. But he linked me a cool clip. I believe it's from 92.3 The Fan. Hey, Dylan Gabriel's getting cooked, man. We're going to get into that at the end when we get it's going to be a lot of Shedeur clips today. That's the fun. That's the good thing because, you know, he's going to be doing all of the team reps. But after that, we are going to get into the media is turning against Dylan Gabriel. There's not a lot of Dylan Gabriel media support left in local Browns media, and he was kind of looked at as the golden child over there, you know? The golden child. But as we were saying, each one teach one. Great work, my brother. I appreciate you being here. Leonard, obviously, you said Texas was in here. Okay, that's what's really going on. Derek Stoner says Gabriel is out. Yep, he is currently out. Hamstring soreness as it looks right now. CBN guys, sadly. No. Isaiah, my guy. How you living? How you feeling? Hope you're doing great. Hope everybody's doing great. The ball knowers are here. The Browns fans, the supporters, everybody's here. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. This is the first video we have so far from our man Daniel. Daniel is the one, obviously one of the better reporters, you know what I'm saying, out there in Cleveland. And he reported both that Shedeur is 100% ready to go. And we're going to get into some of the nastiness because we'll save it for when we get to that video. But there's some nastiness going on. Mr. World is mine. You look like Colorado old running back Dylan Edwards. I look like Dylan Edwards? I've never gotten that one before. I've never gotten that. Bap says, you're. Murning Small says, see you aunties in the building. I wish I could hit that vocal like 12 can. I can't do it like that. I can't do it like 12 do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about it. Did you see that video of Grossi and Riz? Yeah. We're gonna talk about Tony Grossi. Hey man, Tony Grossi is running out of excuses. He is. He's everybody. The Riz is going crazy at him. Everybody's fed up with him. Tony Grossi, we can see through it. We gonna get on you. We gonna get you. But that's gonna be at the end. After we get the real football, all right, then we can start talking about this and that. All right. Perfect timing. Ray, you do though. Okay, everybody's all right. Mariah Small says Cleveland can only deny 1-2. Legendary. I like that 1-2. Legendary. For so long before the gift will not permit it. Okay, I like to hear that. Beautifully Blessed says, yeah, you do look like him. All right. All right. Y'all are awesome. Stampede, Daniel, and Cameron Justice are the best in the building. See, that's why if you're not following Stamp, you gotta know. He knows what's up. He really knows. Cameron Justice also does the compilations at the end too. So she does a lot of high quality stuff there. K2 says she got perfect time and goon. Okay. Why don't nobody be out there live stream? Are you only allowed to just shoot clips of certain plays they allowed to show off, or is it just nobody thought to stream them yet? I don't know the specific rules. I know only certain days like media is permitted, and I know people live stream while they're out there, and sometimes like they flip the camera and say, hey, boom, we're here, we're live. Pat McAfee's done some stuff like that. 92.3 The Fan, they do great stuff in Cleveland. They stuff like that. So I think it's just more so probably the team being like, hey, guys, y'all can't live stream every single thing. But when they do, and this kind of, they probably, there's probably just like an etiquette to it. You know, you feel me? Like a journalistic etiquette. Hey, don't just film the whole practice, but you get these clips. That's why you're never going to see, unless you have fans plus every single reporter, you're never going to get every single practice rep because they don't typically just sit there and just record everything. So I'm assuming it's team by team basis, Where we at? Richard McGee says this week is where Shedeur separates himself from Kenny and Gene. And it's so crazy to me because I already made the video about, and it's happened about, hey, watch how the media uses the arm soreness narrative against Shedeur. They're gonna try to make it a Shedeur problem that he was shut down by the Browns. So, and they already did it. Tony Grossi's trying to get that off. I'm seeing right through it. So. It's a lot of nastiness. But sorry, what I was saying was, like, people were saying, like, oh my God, Mary Kay said, why would he do that? You're missing out on some valuable reps. Well, now he's gonna get those reps and moreover, because Kenny Pickett is still out from team. And by the way, it's been a week. Week evaluation. Remember, the Rizzo initially came out and said, hey, what he was hearing was a grade 2 hamstring, which means 4 to 6 weeks. But Kenny Pickett, as of recently, has said, "Hey, I'm good to go." So I don't know. So that can even be attested to, hey, maybe Shedeur was good to go this whole time, but clearly they're being cautious. Maybe Dylan Gabriel is good to go. They're just being cautious. So it's a lot of different things to think about there. Vietnam style says Shedeur still got the best stats out of the 4. He does. You gotta be fair though. He hasn't had as many first team reps though. Just to be fair, Dylan Gabriel has been thrown to the fire a lot. We like to be fair around here, but no doubt Shedeur has maximized his opportunity. You cannot deny that. And if he was having if he had bad stats against the people, and not having as many first teams, they would make a big deal about it. So I think it's important to say, hey, he's doing what he's doing. Selmore Fudd says, yo, bro, tell them that Cleveland is where it's at. I can't co-sign that, big brother. I don't know that much about Cleveland. Looks like a nice time, though. Looks like a good spot. Stalnit says, then at that dog, it's constantly documented the man is early in, late out kind of guy. Hey, we already knew that. Stanley, but appreciate you, man. Brandon Tillman, Beautifully Blessed says, it's about to be closed soon to fans and media. Yeah, I think this is the last practice, if I'm not mistaken. So this is not the last live stream, but I think this is going to be the last Browns camp stream. By the way, let me see if there's any more. Hey, here we go. Yes, sir. There he is, Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel throwing. But I'm going to keep answering y'all's comments because obviously we still don't have team clips. When the team clips come out, we get a little more breakdowny, but they lofting the ball right now. Shedeur Sanders. Wait a minute. My man Fred has Shedeur to Deontay Johnson. So let's check this out. Ooh, smooth. So now he's starting to throw, and he's actually throwing some touchdowns to Deontay Johnson this camp. So it's good to see. Smooth little, you know what I'm saying? Shedeur throwing to some of the one wide receivers. As we know, Deontay Johnson. He's already thrown some touchdowns to Deontay Johnson. Deontay's had work with the second team and the first team. He's been working more on the first team as well. So, good to see it, but we ain't even getting into the real clips yet. We gonna get there, though. We gonna get there. All right, what's the chat saying? Tyrus C says, "What's good, man? How you doing, man? You do a great job being fair, and you funny as F. I was watching a video with my wife, and she was like, yo, okay, I see why you always watch this guy. Stay solid, bro." Hey, I do appreciate that. I cannot stress enough what it means when y'all say y'all appreciate my content. I know, look, I don't have like a billion subscribers. I'm not whatever. You know what I'm saying? I barely got a green screen. My green screen are my two sad, lovely teams behind me. But yeah, man, y'all know me. I'm a Texas fan that understands and loves, and being from Texas, the impact that, first off, Deion has had with Texas high school football, his impact on athletics. So that's something that it's a joy to be able to do it. So when y'all say y'all enjoy me doing it, I'm just a dude that found an excuse to talk about football. So the fact that y'all show up, the fact that y'all enjoy it, I cannot thank y'all enough. But that's aside. I don't want to get too sentimental. I appreciate it. Even the haters, man. The haters, hey, you gotta have haters. Y'all make it fun. Y'all make it the most fun. You feel me? Y'all gotta add a little spice to it. So I appreciate you appreciating. Birds Nest says Dylan is out today. Absolutely. So hope Shedeur gets first team reps. Hey, if Shedeur doesn't get first team reps, that means they're sending a direct message. At this point, it's like, when Kenny Pickett was out, he could barely get first team reps. But at this point, it needs to be had now. You got to do it. You got to do it. Is Shedeur getting any first team reps? We're still waiting. We're still waiting for team reps. We haven't got to team reps yet. So when we do that, I'm assuming he's gonna get some first team reps. Goon says, "I never in my life gave a F about offseason practices and all this until Shedeur got drafted and they trying to play him. And now I'm stuck on your channel." Hey man, some people just get stuck. Hey, if you and I don't mind if you just a Shedeur guy and I feed you a lot of Shedeur stuff. I'm cool with that too. You and me are cool as well. That's all good. DG has a hamstring. Appreciate you as well, Goon. Calling me I mean, man, goated. That's a lot. Joey D says, it's always mean the guys covering them aren't that good as well. CBNI guy says, did you watch the press conference? Yes, we're gonna do that. I got some clips. We're gonna do it after because I want to watch some of the football clips. But just so I can show you. Here we go. I got it all laid out, and I got Mary Kay Cabot. We might have caught her in a lie. So don't worry. We gonna get to that too. We gonna get to that too. Don't you worry. Let's see if we have any more. Y'all want to see Joe Flacco spin it? We got Joe Flizzity. And hey, by all accounts, they say Joe Flacco has looked the best. Old man Joe Flacco, the only quarterback that has not missed a day of practice. And it's kind of facetious because he's also had some of the least amount of reps and it's only been, because it's Joe Flacco. We know who Joe Flacco is, but I still like it's a funny narrative. Old man still has not missed any. He's looking good. Everybody has their opinions about Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, whatever. It seems like everybody agrees that Joe Flacco, if we had to put pads on and play the game, it would be Joe Flacco at number one. So he's the zip's looking good from the old man. The zip's looking nice. January Joe. I'm watching everything you cover. Hey, I appreciate that, Goon. I appreciate it. Nat Watch says, I am so proud of you. Great report. Hey, appreciate that. Casey Ross says, I'm a fan, Brody. You are literally my news source with the Browns practice mess. Sanders is going to go off. Hey, it's a mess, and I cannot thank y'all enough. Tamir Johnson says, if third string is catching his pass and Dylan first string isn't, who's the better metric? And we talked about that in some of those videos. That's a good point, Johnson. We won't get too deep into it, but it's interesting to see the man who's supposed to be elite at ball placement, processing, all these things, struggle with a lot of basic stuff and just look kind of remedial. You know what I'm saying? Ivy League says wrong. The goal isn't first team reps for Sanders. The goal is to get into the game and never come out the game. Hey, again, I don't know. As a Sanders guy, I don't know if you want to do that with this Browns offensive line. That's all I'm saying. I want to stress to all my people who are Sanders people, and I'm a Sanders guy, I want to stress to you that a part of that is understanding that we don't want to Andrew Luck, a Caleb Williams, any insert young quarterback with a bad offensive line. We don't need that. You feel me? You feel me? Joey D A13 says, man, both Pickett and Gabriel out with hammies. Yeah, and like I said at the beginning of the stream, that's one of those things. Same if it's the same injury and the same position group, you got to look at the training room. Like whether it's preparation or if it's recovery. I don't know how you have multiple of the same position, especially quarterbacks with hamstrings. Not to say quarterbacks can have hamstrings, especially because Dylan Gabriel and Kenny Pickett, they tend to do a lot of running too, so I understand it. Do you think they will entertain trade talks with other teams? I think if they're smart, they'll entertain trade talk. Like I've said, my biggest issue, and y'all know me, I like Dylan Gabriel. If y'all been watching me for this is not to say, oh, you haven't been watching long enough. I'll just mean because I covered a lot more college football, like a year ago. I like Dylan Gabriel. I think he's a good guy. I think he's a good, talented dude. My problem is that you've created a problem when you draft Shedeur. Either you draft, I'm getting updates from Daniel as we speak. They're one-on-one. They're throwing one-on-ones right now. So you draft Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round, and you fast forward 2 months. And again, retrospect or whatever, it's 2020, blah blah blah. But you look back now, you're missing cornerbacks. I think Greg Newsome is out again. Obviously you lost a cornerback for the season. That was a terrible injury. That's awful. Your linebacker room, again, nobody expected someone to retire and Jock, I think, to be out because I think that was a later season injury so he's out too. You lose a dynamic player at the linebacker room and you lose, your green dot guy as well. So there's been a lot of churn just on the defensive side. And as much as I say, hey, this is a team that doesn't have any identity, if I were to pinpoint an identity, it would be the defense. And you're sitting there with a paid Myles Garrett and now 2 rookies that need to make a big impact. Luckily, Carson Schweringer looks like a dog. He looks like he's about to make that impact. Mason Graham, I haven't heard as much. He's just been, which is also good. It's also good when I want you to know, when you don't hear a lot about a rookie, sometimes that's a good thing. Okay, sometimes that means he's just falling in place. He's doing what he needs to be, especially at the defensive tackle role. You got the high level guy on the edge. Look, Mason Graham needs to just play his role for a few years and then maybe worry about flourishing into a star. So I say all that to say, yes, you need to entertain trade talks. You need to find a way to recoup value because ideally, training camp, this was supposed to be the experiment. This was supposed to be, let's see what we got, right? So then we either move, because everyone's saying 4 quarterbacks. Guys, it's 5. Everyone wants to forget. It's 5. They have to do something with one of these quarterbacks. I don't know why people talk about, well, could they keep 4 on the roster, yada, yada, yada. They're paying a 5th one hundreds of millions of dollars. So I don't understand how you don't get value. You've already lost big parts of the defense. You got Greg Newsome basically playing out of position. You got Carson Schweringer, who's going to need to make an impact. Y'all need to, like, their backs against the wall if they want to win games. But hey, if we know the Browns, winning games is not always the goal. You feel me? Give my boys reps. Pedro says, Divided Brown says, great information. Keep up the great work. Appreciate you. Bridge Star says, Dylan is a neighborhood quarterback. Beautifully blessed says, we do not dislike DG. We just love 12. I love that. I love that. Beautifully blessed. B Sim says, will they get traded? Elazo says, they are trying to destroy his confidence. Wow, y'all are moving today. Frozone Paul, this is the moment we all been waiting for. Has there ever been a quarterback problem like this on one team? Not exactly like I can remember. Here we go. Here's the one-on-ones. Some one-on-ones here. Ooh. Jerry Jeudy. And again, if you're a Browns fan, more positive news. They say Jerry Jeudy is looking like last year Jerry Jeudy. He's looking like a problem. He's looking like an issue. CBNI guy says, can't forget about the pred. Oh, you're talking about Deshaun. JoJo says, Gab can go to the Fins, Tua, and grab both the what? Oh, Gabriel could go to the Fins. Tua. Hey, speaking of the Fins, the problem with that is that boy Quinn Ewers, looking good. He's looking nice. Just Jake Snap says, question, should I start Judy or Diggs? I was leaning Judy, but Diggs is looking good. So in that question, I'm not a big fantasy guy, but in my mind, that question would really have to be about situation at that point. Both Jerry and Judy, Stephon Diggs are dogs. Jerry Judy and Stephon Diggs are both going to get a lot of touches, theoretically, even though I really like, what's his name? Out of Washington State. They only picked him up in like the third round. Out of Washington State, Kyle Williams or something Williams. That dude's a dog. He's going to be a problem. So Stephon Diggs' receiving room might be a little more crowded than the Browns' wide receiver room. I mean, we're talking about Gage. We love Gage. He's a dog, but we're talking about low round undrafted free agents getting in places because they work so hard, but also because the wide receiver room in the Browns is just going to be Jerry Jeudy. Like, it's going to be that. Hopefully Deontay Johnson. People don't have a lot of high expectations for him there. So I would say, but the other part to that is you don't know who's playing quarterback for the Browns. So, are you going to get the ball there? I would think I would lean, I'm not a fantasy guy, but in my head, I would go Jerry Jeudy because whoever's in quarterback is going to keep feeding. Like, they're going to have to feed Jerry Jeudy. You feel me? I think that's just how that's going to go. We've seen that, like, as a Texans fan, I know what it looks like to have a non-quarterback situation and a great wide receiver. That wide receiver, if great enough, is going to find a way to get his yards. So I think that's, again, I'm no fantasy guy, but I guess I would go like that. K-Ross says, I blame. What's up, Slammy Sammy Joe? Trade Dylan Gabriel for Zach Wilson and a fifth. He's good with a fake field goals. Okay. Fake field goals is great. Our Organ says, can Dylan be a training camp buzz? Nah. Look, Dylan Gabriel is a 4th and 5th round rated guy. What we're not going to do is, in the same vein, we're not going to castrate Shedeur. We're not going to castrate Dylan either, right? I'm going to make fun of the people who falsely like try to attribute him to be this unworldly talent that the Browns just fell in love with, which I don't deny that they fell in love with him, but come on, dog. Let's everyone just be honest. We can all be honest. You feel me? The Adams family says the Browns are playing mind games with the public. First Pickett out, then Sanders, now Dylan Gabriel and Pickett out. So you feel me? CM says, you talking to other people. I don't like getting on y'all's conversations. CBNI guys for $2. I appreciate it. Hey, even $2 goes a long, long way. I'm about to move. So you know what I'm saying? I'm saving up in my piggy bank. So shout out to UCB9 guys. He says, quick prayer for legendary 12 today. Today's the day. Hey, that's a beautiful thing, man. Hey, Coach Prime would appreciate you to do that. So go ahead and do that if you do believe, if that's your vibration. Love to see that. I like to see positive stuff, man. Like to see that. Let me see if there's any more clips real quick, and then I'm going to go back to reading the chat. Y'all are very active today, all 600 y'all. I'm not sure who subscribed. Appreciate it if you did. We do some live streams. We're going to continue doing live streams throughout the season. So that's college games, that's NFL games, anything football during the season. We're going to be talking about it. Obviously, probably more NFL stuff because just the popularity. But I love college football, so I'm not going to not make college football content. You feel me? Let's see. Yeah, okay, so no clips as of yet. So, go ahead and subscribe. Check out, the more streams coming up. We got games coming up. We got preseason this Friday. That's going to be our first watch along. I got an idea for it. I don't want to spoil it, but I got an idea of how I'm going to do it. It involves some guests. It involves something else that, again, I don't want to spoil because if it don't work, it's a technical thing that I got to figure out. So I don't want y'all calling me dumb because it don't work. But, hey, I'd appreciate it a lot. But I just appreciate y'all being here, rocking with me, rolling with me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the best in the business. Y'all could be anywhere else. Y'all could be watching these clips live on Twitter, again, with these phenomenal reporters. And again, as I plug my own stuff, I want to plug Daniel Afusi. I want to plug Mr. Stampede. If you are a Colorado fan, if you're a Shedeur fan, if you're tired of all the different types of aggregates out there, he's one of the best in the building. I'm trying to go to his actual thing, but he does great. Y'all know who he is. Y'all know who Stampede is. But he does great. Oh, here we go. Please follow Stampede. Please follow Fred. Greet them. Daniel Afusi. If you like the Browns, if you think it's the Shedeur's time, please, as I plug myself, gotta plug these great gentlemen as well. Stampede is, if you need an aggregate account, you tired of all the other ones, he's the one. He's the best in the building. He links me stuff for the stream and make sure we have stuff. He keeps it quite good. Doesn't sugarcoat it. Supports the right people. It's just good stuff if you like Browns content. Not Browns. Colorado, Sanders, things of that nature. Now, if you're a Browns guy, again, Daniel, I plug him all the time. One of the best in the building. Fred does a great job. Cameron, Justice, please, please, please. They are qualified. They are there. They are a part of the media. They've been doing it for a long time. So if you're a Browns and or Shedeur fan, make sure you're following them because they're going to get these videos live. But thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. Nisa, what's happening? Back to the chat. I'm going to let this kind of flow for a second. See if there's any more things got going on. Not practicing today for the Browns. Pierre Strong, Mohamed Diabiti, Anthony Kendall, Sam Kamara. So that's not included of the people, what's it called, like that aren't just doing team. Because we know Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett aren't doing team. So, all right, back to the chat. Preseason game versus Panthers. Hey, appreciate your hustle. Hey, I appreciate y'all appreciating it, man. Bursness says, I wonder when they are going to make a decision on Quinshawn. I think that has a lot more to do with Quinshawn's decision in his case. Who's ready for that game Friday? Never been more locked in for a preseason game. Gotta admit, I don't think I've ever been anticipating what's it called, a preseason game. It's been a long time. What else we got? Caroline says, I with you on the Dylan G, but I have seen no leadership from him. We've seen a little bit. We've seen a little bit from his mic, though. We're not going to do that to him. He's trying to get the boys going. Pedro says, what happened with the arm soreness? Was that a lie? That wasn't a lie. Shedeur actually confirmed it. Again, after we get all the clips out, the clips should be done by, because practice started at 2, so it's probably going to be done by probably before 3. Probably gonna be like 3-ish. We're most likely about to get team clips coming up now because it's 2:40. You'll be streaming for 30 minutes. So we're probably gonna start getting team clips. After that, everything will wrap up. We're gonna get the quarterback tracker, record the video, the final part of it, and then we're gonna talk about Shedeur's appearance in front of the media. Lex says, is Shedeur getting reps today? Did you see Grossi says Shedeur's arm soreness is for practicing after practice? This guy is clueless. Yes, I did. Hey, look, Tony Grossi has been kind of, this last time it was nasty. He's full on hate. He's on a full on hate train. I'm serious. Pedro nugget off. What's Pedro saying? Is he saying something crazy? Cassandra Sauer says, I watch you because you're a real and very truthful. Thank you for that. Of course. No other way to beat. The Adams family says, you think they have a quarterback controversy? Look at the depth charts for the Browns running back room. It's horrible. And the wide receiver room is kind of weak too. Yeah, especially when, it was supposed to be, Quinshawn. I was high on Quinshawn and Quinshawn Junkins, and I still think he's going to be a good player. Obviously, we're still, waiting on, the situation and how that unfolds. Whoa, what is that? That was crazy. Sorry, it just glitched out while I was looking at it. Here we go, Fred. I'll put this back on. But yeah. And super side note, the Colts, they got a quarterback situation. But yeah, sorry, Quinshawn Junkins. You were thinking that you were going to get immediate impact from him and Dylan Sampson. Dylan Sampson is still a problem, right? Go look up his stats. He was the entire offense for Tennessee last year. So I think they're still in good hands. I think you would just be even in better hands with Quinshawn, right? He is built for every down style running. He's proved it throughout his whole career. Dylan Sampson, not that he can't do that, but obviously the plan was probably to get him more use in the running game and still be a third down back, still add value because he can still run between the time. I mean, he's an SEC guy, but the idea with letting Nick Chubb walk was to put a lot of weight on Quinshawn Junkins' shoulder. So that case is making things quite complicated, to say the least. I'm also a Texans fan. Hey, that's what I like to hear. We are about to put the league on notice here. Do you stream about the Texans? Yes, I do make videos about the Texans. I stream. Like at the end of my videos, I do like a wrap up. Like today, that's what we're doing. At the end of this, we're going to do like a wrap up with everybody and check in. I do. They don't like when I talk about the Texans. When I talk about the Titans, though, I get the Titans fans to get mad at me for being a Texans fan. So that's as far as I've gotten. Whenever I make Texans content, they don't mess with it. So, but I'll keep talking about it though. I appreciate you for being a Texans fan. Hey, they said that boy Will Anderson. Y'all better watch out. Yeah, hear me? They just said that boy Kamari Laster and Mr. Bullock. They said, hey man, and then we added CJ. Y'all better watch out, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Rogan got a Shedeur jersey arrived. JoJo says games on NFL Network. Obviously I can't, watch the game behind me, but I got an idea. I'm not gonna spoil it. If not, we'll just keep up with it. A live reaction type beat. You know what I'm saying? And we'll kind of go from there. I love your content. Keep up the great work. Dwayne Boker, I appreciate that. I really appreciate y'all showing the love, man. It means a lot. It means a lot, man. A lot of hate out here in these internet streets. Appreciate y'all appreciating it. Do what's best for DG. He can have a quarterback too. This is Slam and Sammy Joe, by the way. QB2 battle with Ewers with Wilson out of the way. I'd take Wilson over Pickett anyways. Pickett is a slower Jameson. Wilson with smaller hands. Yeah, especially if we're talking about backup quarterback. Like I want upside. And upside, you're gonna, I think, have a lot more upside with someone like a Zach Wilson. Even though I know, the thought process behind him, you're talking about somebody who's, at the very least. Wait, Pickett is back in? Oh no. This is a terrible update. Well, it's a good update because that means Kenny Pickett is back. But the issue is, I thought it was initially reported that Kenny Pickett was still out of team drills. He is back in team drills. It is reported by Mr. Daniel, actually live right now, that this is going to be Kenny Pickett's first team drills since July 26th. So pick it up next. First work he's done in team drills, injury since hamstring. Now, it is just 7-on-7. This isn't 11-on-11. But still, it seems like he's getting worked back in, and it seems like that 1 week timetable is kind of lining up. But hey, Shedeur still has Dylan Gabriel out, so that hopefully still means we can have upped first team reps, unless they try to pull something nasty and they say, oh, your arm was sore, so we got to keep it with the second team. We don't want to rush you back. That would be real nasty. But we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. We gonna see, man. All right, we don't got anything else coming out. Training camp wise. Ricky Peroso. Anybody? Ricky Peroso. How do you say his name? Florida guy, right? Nick Chubb mentioned. Hey, everybody loves Chubb, man. Everybody loves the Chubb. Birds. Oh wow, y'all are moving today. Beautiful Bless says, I'm a Titans fan. I'm not mad at you, but my family is about to vote me out for watching Cleveland. Hey, we got to support the Sanders, man. Hey, they need to pump the brakes with Dylan Gabriel. He might be wore out, to be honest. We'll see. I think he's a fourth, third round level player that's gonna take his time to mature into a new offense, like both of the young quarterbacks are going to. You feel me? A Vocal Vike says, keep grinding. Of course, brother. I appreciate that. Hey says, oh dang, Kenny Pickett's back. I'm kind of happy. I like Kenny Pickett. I like Kenny. Obviously not the most upside, but it is. Mark Smith says, what's up? Isaiah Lawrence says, wait, and now Gabriel's throwing on 7-on-7s too. So I think they're only limiting Gabriel's to the 11-on-11s. I'm confused. I thought they said he was out. Y'all keep switching it up on me. So Daniel just reported that. And you know what's crazy? It's crazy because now they saying Dylan Gabriel is throwing. This is just 7-on-7s. We haven't got to 11-on-11s. What's crazy to me is like the man with the two hurt hamstrings get to throw before Shedeur. Rhyming accidentally? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much. Maybe I'm going in too depth. I'm just saying. Sit. Just put that in your pipe and think about it. Cheryl says hello. Oh, Cheryl was saying something. Hold up. I think Cheryl was a first time commenter. I have been looking for you. Cheryl, you've been looking for me? Oh God, maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe I shouldn't be reading that. Jake Sam says, I just saw the video of CJ and I think Stingley dancing on Scholes. Yeah. They said no. That video was CJ, GJ, and Bullock, I think, or Kamari. Dang it! Now I forgot. I'm almost sure. It's Kalen Bullock. But anyway, what's up? Mark Smith. Tony says Kenny back. They don't want Shedeur not getting first team reps. Now we're gonna see why they've been losing. Y'all are, man. The chat is moving today. I might need a bigger screen for the chat because y'all are moving today. Dylan Gabriel was a 6-year starter. His ceiling is the floor. That's not nice. Kenny would be a Baker Mayfield-esque story. I hope that happens for Shedeur or Dylan both. Okay, I'll see that. Jam says they playing with us again. Whoa! DG is out there, and the commentator says, forget seeing Shedeur. Okay, I thought he was hurt today. That's what they said. That's what they told us. They just told us about the hamstring. I'm confused. I'm quite confused. And we haven't had any more updates as of yet, so Dylan Gabriel and Kenny Pickett are both throwing in 7-on-7s. Obviously, it's not 11-on-11s. It's not full team, right? But they are in fact throwing the ball. So I mean, I'm confused. Birdsnest says Gabriel back with the ones. He was throwing. Well, the last I read was Gabriel follows Pickett, who was throwing with backups with the start. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. It says Gabriel follows Pickett with the starters. Leaping grab by Deontay Johnson on an in-breaker with Denzel Ward in what's it called? Coverage. Your podcast, I like it. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's okay. Sounds good, Cheryl. Sorry, you have people you have people looking. Oh. But yeah, Cheryl, you have people was looking at you crazy when you said that. So but here's Shedeur Sanders. First clip today from Shedeur. Uncorks one. Dang, that one was just out of the reach of his main man. Let's take a look at this. Oh no, this is 3-1. Oh man, this is that is close though, man. That's tough. Hey, we got to hit on those, Shedeur. I like the idea though. Hey, he was just trying to prove a point. That's what he was trying to do. He said, "Oh, y'all said my arm was sore. Y'all said I got a weak arm. Oh, let me show you something. Let me show me. I'm gonna unload on them. So I wish it was a completion. Sadly, not a completion, but deep ball from Shedeur. They're getting worked. They're getting worked into it. So we'll go over that. They're getting worked into it. We got first miss from Shedeur, but it's that thing was flying out there. And if the receiver had a little more, if he had a little more wheels on him, just a half step. But it's all good, man. Oh, okay. See, now this is where we got a problem. Now I tried to be like, hey, it's all good, everything's cool. But when I read this, session ends with Sanders throwing primarily the third stringers. The team's entire 7-on session only had one incompletion, a deep ball from Sanders that was just ahead of Caden McDonald. So not only was he throwing to the third string on that deep ball, which, I think was pretty good. Have you ever heard, and no disrespect to my man Cade, have you ever heard of Caden McDonald? Come on, man. Come on, like let's make sure we have everything. Let's make sure we have it all. But the reason why I'm here is Shedeur didn't even get to throw to the ones. And somebody in my comment section, I forgot who it was. I got some phenomenal commenters. They pointed out, hey, Dylan Gabriel's throwing to the ones. Like, as much as people want to say, they want to make it a bad thing that Shedeur is, backup or threes or whatever. Y'all don't think that it might be an advantage to have Gage running under that pass? But no, instead, the man with a hurt hamstring, Dylan Gabriel, gets to run with the ones, and now you got Shedeur running with the threes. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe the trade rumors are real. But shout out to Joe Flacco. He's leading out the starting unit for 11 on 11. So now this is when it gets real. That was just 11s. I mean, that was just 7s, right? Now we are going to 11 on 11s. The next clip you're going to see, right? The next clip we got is going to be 11s. But that's crazy, man. That's real crazy. I don't know. What do y'all think about that? Hey, man, let me end this poll. I got another poll for y'all, dog. I'm gonna read chat again. But here's what I gotta say. Is Shedeur being traded or sabotaged? That's a big one. That's a big one. I need to know. Obviously, I'm gonna let the poll fly, but I just want y'all to know what it is: traded or sabotage. Now, I probably spelled sabotage wrong. I didn't pass third grade literature. Y'all gonna have to rock with me. Hey, now, hey, it's just a little bit of Texas in me. Boom. Y'all let me know. So the 11s, the big Flackinator, January Joe's out there. I smell hate crazy. That's what John says. C9 says, don't even say that, man. Cassandra says, make no sense. Al Ray says, Dylan's going to end up on practice squad. Birdness says, fingers crossed. Dave Young says, Kevin Stefanski is trying to sabotage Shedeur. Isaiah, my man, says, Colts over there drooling. Hey, man. CBNI is crying. Pedro says, crazy. Shout out to Hey. Quantrell Tuba, both of them. El Hombre says, Dylan Gabriel is the Cleveland Browns 2025 starting quarterback. Hot takes. Terrell says sabotage. Joey says neither. CB9 says stop. Darion says, can we vote for both? Both. Okay. Dylan Gabriel is next up in the 11 on 11s. He's leading the second team per Daniel, by the way. What is that? Why am I looking at King Batch? So, who's this guy? Okay, so 11 on 11, 5 snaps for Flacco. Now Gabriel with the 2s. So Gabriel is not actually limited. Wait. What is going on? Who is lying right now? Did we not just this is Zach Jackson, 11 on 11, 5 snaps from Joe Flacco. Now Dylan Gabriel is in with the 2s. The Browns said Dylan Gabriel would be limited today, but seems to be doing team drills. What's going on? Here's the report again. If y'all forget, can I go full screen on this? I don't even know how to go full screen on this. Grant, my man Grant, somebody please. This is crazy. But we know you saw in the earlier part of this video, earlier part of the stream. Gabriel is leading the second team, and he has a hamstring injury. The Browns said Dylan Gabriel would be limited today. What's happening right now? Wait. Let me confirm this, Daniel. Let's go. We trust Daniel. Let's go all the way back. Browns quarterback Dylan Gabriel will be limited in team drills today because of tightness in his hamstring. Now, I don't know. We said, hey, he threw 7 on 7s. Okay, well, no big deal. Kenny Pickett even threw some 7 on 7s. Hey, that limited. He's not gonna do 11s. Kenny Pickett is running. I mean, not Kenny Pickett. Dylan Gabriel is running with the 2s right now in 11-11s. We're gonna get more clips coming out. But what I want to watch is what's going on right now. Like, why? But why even lie about that is my thing. Like, again, they don't need to tell us everything. We're just fans at the end of the day, or we're just, media reporters. But, like, I'm going to keep saying this, for as much as people say that, what's it called? Shedeur's a problem. Shedeur's going to create media. He's going to make this quarterback battle so much worse. Are we sure it's Shedeur? Because y'all are talking about people being limited and then nobody's limited. I don't understand. Oh God. Sorry, they're watching weird stuff. So we'll keep watching this deep ball. Sorry you had to see what X has become. I'm gonna go back and read the chat, but I'm confused. Shedeur is throwing to third stringers in sevens. Dylan Gabriel is in. I don't know, man. I don't know, dog. Y'all let me know, man. DG is hurt as well. Lying. Motivation now says, how Shedeur get held for soreness, but Gabriel is full go. And you know what's crazy? Shout out to my chat. You know what's crazy? Because we're gonna make a video after this. I'm so happy I waited to make that video. I was gonna make the video before I started streaming. I am so happy. We have Kenny Pickett on record saying, hey, I'm ready to go. We have Dylan Gabriel saying, or them reporting, hey, Dylan Gabriel has an injury. He's going to be limited in team drills just for him to get drills with the 2s and 11s and 7-on-7s. But when Shedeur Sanders reportedly, this is what Mary Kay tries to say, self-reported arm soreness, Tony Grossi tries to say, oh, why would Shedeur say that if he has a quarterback battle? When Dylan Gabriel, not only does he report hamstring soreness, not only that, because you have to report hamstring, so that's not something that you can see. You can't see a bad throw and be like, oh, your hamstring sore, right? You have to say that, or you have the hamstring problems, and he still gets 11 reps. Am I tripping? Or is there something odd going on? Are you making it more difficult lying to the media about this? What? Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Gabriel limited reps, just tricked down to Shedeur throwing to third teamers. That's pretty crazy, man. Mark Smith, stop glazing Flacco. Whoa. What did Flacco do? He's not the answer, not even in the short term. They're not even expecting to win more than 2 of the first 6 games. Hey, I think that could, there's nothing wrong with that. Expect them not to win a bunch of games. Morning Coffee says, please trade 12. Coach Prime needs to hire a real agent and get him the F out of there. Pedro says, that's why I feel like they lied about his arm. We're seeing that they're lying. We're clearly seeing that they're either, if not lying, they're not being truthful about what's. They're making it look weird at the very least. If we're not gonna say they're lying, they're making it look odd. Yarborough Williams says it's real messy. That it is. Tony says DG getting first round treatment. Free Shedeur. Many teams want him, a.k.a. Baker 2.0 on another team. Maybe your source was wrong about DG Hammy. The source was Kevin Stefanski. the source was the head coach of the Browns. What are we talking about? Big Four Emrad says Shedeur, the first black Nepo baby, was top 1-2 kill break in the class. Had big motion in this called buck breaking. Okay, that's how you feel. Juice says they're saying that, so okay. They can blame. Oh, so when he's bad, they can blame the hammy. Interesting. Justin Gross says this feels like a punishment for every time he does too well. Pure Bro says I keep hearing that he's already traded to the Saints. What team had potentially for trade? Yeah, he hasn't been traded yet. If you hear about potential trades, it might just be like AI accounts trying to get their views up. The Shedeur fans need to be loud and vocal. They aren't Browns players speaking up. That's into NE. You know what's funny? Browns players have already said very positive things about Shedeur. So, at that point, I don't know what else you want him to do. I just can't believe you missed that. I just can't believe you missed that. That's crazy. Joey says, oops. I don't know why you said oops, dog. They're going to regret mishandling Shedeur. Nicole says, yeah, they're rushing him. Not going to make it till Friday. Saints, Giants, Raiders. That's not a bad. Giants have a 15-man quarterback room too. Yarborough Williams says you already did that poll. Yeah, I did that poll yesterday. Well, no, this is a different one though. This is a different one. This is a different type of poll. If they trade him, the coach. Oh, what's up, Tish? If they trade him, the coach can get a GM or fired. Yeah. With a set of plays, the third team. Okay, so Sanders wraps up with the third team. Not much of a change so far for the rotation in practice, despite Kevin Stefanski saying Dylan Gabriel will be limited. So very confusing. Shedeur gets really no extra reps because he's still working with the third team. Because after Dylan Gabriel went out there, it seems like instead of giving Shedeur more reps, Flacco came back in for a set of plays with the starters, and then Sanders wrapped up with a set of plays with the third team. Oh, not much of a change so far to the rotational practice, despite Kevin Stefanski saying Dylan Gabriel would be limited. So confused. I'm just confused. Even it seems like Daniel is confused as well. Wow. Shedeur has only thrown to the third team today. This is it's crazy because, wow. He better get preseason reps, man. Did I ask y'all if Shedeur is going to get preseason reps? This is crazy. This is crazy, man. This is it's a little nasty. So we haven't even really had, to be honest with you, we haven't had a lot of videos at all. Usually we have more videos than this. It's mostly just been us reacting to the, I guess, lies. But don't worry, we do have those. What's it called? We still have the interview tapes that we're gonna go over today too. So even if we don't get enough clips, let's see if my man Jay Coop has anything else. Since he has this. Oh, he's on air talent. I didn't know. Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's just multiple sources talking about the hamstring or tightness. Sorry, not soreness. I think I said soreness. Yeah, the activities for Shedeur Sanders after missing late practice. Oop, got that. Browns. All right, here's Earl to Pearl. Let's see. Yeah, not a lot of. I don't think we have any videos from 11s. I don't think we have any videos from 11s, which is odd, which is a little odd. But maybe they said media couldn't record the 11s, huh? So the Browns lied. Why did the Browns lie? Mary S with $5. First of all, appreciate the donation. Again, I'm moving. Every cent counts. I appreciate you. The $5 to $2. Mary says, check out those blue and gold shoes Shedeur had on in the press conference. Okay. A trade might be in the works, and I ain't mad at it. Free 12. So blue and gold. I guess Rams? I'm trying to think of a blue and gold. What's it called? I'm trying to think of it. Oh, here we go. I'll check that out. Thank you for the $5. I will check it. Again, we're gonna, after we're done doing our regular play reaction, we are going to react to the big clips from that. So I'm gonna be looking out for some blue and gold kicks. All right, so Shedeur Sanders. Finally, we've been like drained of any good footage today, it seems like. But here we go. Here he is running with the twos with his main man, Myles Garrett, watching. Let's see what he can get done here. He's gonna roll, set back. Oh, and puts a little flavor on him now. Again, I know we got a lot of people who like to count sacks. You got him out on the edge. Do y'all think this is a sack? He goes up, he stops, frees him up. That might have been a sack. I would like to see it a little quicker, but regardless, he puts a ball with some pretty good placement, right? You put that on his back hip because you got this overhang defender. Try to put it in a safe place for him. That's seemingly what he does. Nice little ball there. We haven't had a lot of footage from this particular camp. I think this is one of the last camps that the media is even going to be allowed at. So at least that we get to see him go ahead and make a completion. I'll let this play in the background. I gotta do something real quick. Shedeur to the Colts. Here's the problem with Shedeur to the Colts. I like Shedeur to the Colts. The problem is that apparently Anthony Richardson looks good. Apparently Anthony Richardson actually looks good. So I might have to eat my words as a Texans fan. I might have to eat my words. The Browns have a 3-14 record. They need to be praising because they have Shedeur. Danny says, let everyone else crumble. Miss Pamela says, we need him in Detroit. Whoa, what's wrong with Jared Goff? Now, if you give him some time and let him sit behind Jared Goff, I like that. Slam and Sammy Joe says, Rams are a year away from looking for a replacement. Yeah, they're pretty. I think Stafford hasn't even been to training camp. Like, he's been dealing with that back injury. They might need to be looking for one yesterday, dog. Stafford Higgins says the amount of disrespect shown to 12 is wild. Pedro says, what if it was TJ Watt coming on that side? Wouldn't have been too fun. That source can't be trusted. Looks like to me. Yarbrough. Again, I think we have multiple. It's Kevin Stefanski. If we're not, unless we don't want to trust Kevin Stefanski. Slammy Sam Justice Raiders are 2 years away from looking for a replacement. Who? Wait, to replace who? Who? Wait, who? Oh, Geno. I forgot. I keep forgetting that Geno Smith. Will with the $4.99. Appreciate you. Will says, do you think the shoulder soreness gave the Browns organization PTSD from Baker's shoulder soreness and how they handled that? By the way, I really appreciate all like the real Browns fans, or if not, football historians that really give Baker Mayfield respect, because I've grown to respect Baker Mayfield. And like this, I'm a Texas fan, so I hated Baker Mayfield because he was Oklahoma first off. But then seeing what the Browns did to him, I was like, you got to feel bad for him. He put his heart on the line, like, and fought through injuries, whatever. Like, at some point, you got to give him credit. Like, come on. So do they have PTSD? Maybe that's pretty funny. But I will say, as an organization, I'm sure that they treat the shoulder stuff a little differently. I'm sure that they're a little more cautious when they hear something about the shoulder. So that might be the, reasoning behind the shoulder equating into him losing, what's it called? Like the shoulder, him being shut down, but Dylan Gabriel's hamstring, him coming back, right? Maybe that's the reasoning. But at the same time, it's a weird for sure. It's weird for sure. Just a girl says, girl, every week you want him in Detroit. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with that? Octavision said the Cleveland Bums are one legendary quarterback and one crow sandwich away from being a contender. Only got 2 or 3 more years to be dominant. Nick says Lions need Shedeur in Detroit since we don't have reliable backup. If Goff goes down for any reason, we are cooked. Don't get me started on Hendon Hooker. Y'all don't like Hendon Hooker? I was told by Tennessee fans that Josh Heupel gets his quarterbacks in the NFL. Are you saying that Hendon Hooker, the 29-year-old, he's not 29, the 29-year-old can't read a NFL defense and is struggling as a backup? Who'd have thunk? Who'd have thunk from a Josh Heupel offense? It's almost like it's not an NFL offense. Anyway, my rambling aside, I do like Hendon Hooker though. I hope he does good. Sammy Joe says Baker on the Rams was fire. Yes, those were good eats. Those were elite times. Them Ram days for Baker Mayfield. He I don't know. He had, like, that was the epitome of Baker, like the up and down and crazy plays, and it's just like, wow, that's some exciting football right there. Big Mick says that's a crazy name. Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. I think Cordell will petition the Steelers to trade for him. Cordell. I might be missing some. Mr. Man said you should do a video on the Ravens stadium practice and Bears practice as well. Mr. Man, we are going to look at some of those Caleb Williams throws. We are going to do that at the end. We're going to look at some LeJohntay Wester in the thing. We are going to get at those too. I am going to have a separate LeJohntay Wester video at later on in the day too. Not today, but in the week, I should say. El Hombre says Mayfield was a Texas Tech Red Raider before Oklahoma Sooner. Yeah, and he was a wannabe Texas Longhorn. If you go back and look at it, he never got an offer from them, so he was all mad and butthurt at us. So, hook 'em horns. Octavision said if the Jets get him, it's like the second coming of Joe Willie. Hey, that would be. Hey man, they need that morning coffee for $4.99. Thank y'all so much. Y'all gonna make y'all trying to get me make my moving easier. I appreciate that. Oh, by the way, I should have been doing this right here. I'm gonna start. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you donate, I gotta let some of that up. But Morning Coffee said, at this point, Shedeur needs to hire Drew Rosenhaus for his agent because all the GMs hate his father and he needs out. I do want to talk about this because you were generous enough to give your $4.99 and to allow my moving process to be a little easier. What I'll say, and wait, new tweet from Daniel. Hold up. Okay, cool. What I will say about that is, as much as I'm a Sanders guy, I think at some point we do this is because I don't even have to say this like this because I've always been very this is a point that I've made before. I'm a Sanders guy, but in that I'm very fair. I have been adamant to say that, hey, him not having an agent did affect some things. I think him being Deion Sanders' son affected more things, but him not having an agent did affect things. Now, did it affect things as much as some people in the media are trying to spin it and oh, well, that was the main reason. It's not because he was bad, it's just because he didn't have an agent. That's insane. It's not that. That's not what it is. I will say that I think him getting an agent that is, known to be a dog in the NFL, right? I think it would only bolster him, right? I not to say that he needs it, but I think when we talk about a situation like this, you're on the Browns. Let's say hypothetically he has to start. What does that contract look? What does it look like for him? As a fifth rounder, what does that look like for the back end? But I feel like if you get a real guy who has some experience in the NFL, in the modern NFL, contract wise, right? I know he's got great people around him. One of those big names that can really hopefully move some things for him. I think it'd just be good for him in his. Forget money, because I don't think he's going to have money problems. Stability is what I'm more worried about. Going to the right place if trades do come up. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that he goes to the Jets instead of going to the Giants, right? You'd much rather go to the Jets. That seems like, I know they got Justin Fields, but it seems a little bit more wide open, right? It seems a little bit more friendly to be the third quarterback there. Being the third quarterback in the Jets room, you got Justin Fields, who theoretically either wants to be the guy or get up out of there and get a better contract, you know what I'm saying? And then you have Tyrod, I believe, is behind them, which Tyrod is the king of backups at this point. So that wouldn't be a bad situation. And you're in New York, the money's gonna be flowing. So great question. I appreciate the donation as well. Liz says, even Shedeur. Oh, dang, y'all moving too quick. Tony says, why pay an agent 10% trying to keep the money in the family? And look, that's why I say, do I think Shedeur needs an agent? Nope. I don't think he needs it. I'm not telling him to redo anything he does. I'm just letting you know, because of the way that the game of the NFL, they made it this way, right? Theoretically, in a perfect world, it's just like with taxes. That's a great analogy. The free tax filing. There was times where there was no fee to file taxes. You can just file your taxes, and then a whole industry of tax filers came. So now you have to pay people to file your taxes. So does Shedeur Sanders need an agent? No, I don't think he needs an agent. I don't think anybody should need an agent. However, the NFL has made it, right? And agents have made it that's if you don't have it, you're going to be forced to face the consequences. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those built-in. Almost, we talk about nepotism, but it's not nepotism. It's a different thing, because it's more about an industry practice. That's what I should call it. Industry standard, industry practice, right? Coming from my line of work, I do certain design stuff and things like that for my work, my actual job. Adobe is the bare minimum for when you're doing design. So if you don't have Adobe, if you're an editor, if you're not on either Sony, Vegas or a Premiere Pro or a, you know what I'm saying? Can you do it with GIMP? Yeah, sure. You can go crazy with GIMP, but are you going to have everything? If a client asks for, hey, I want this certain look, you got to be a beast with GIMP. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would kind of put it analogy wise. Slam and Sammy Joe says Jets are drafting sellers. And you know what, Slam and Sammy, I'm starting to see that you're a ball watcher, son, because I like that you made the connection of get mobile quarterback in order to get a mobile quarterback, right? The drafting is, if you're a great organization, it's about you lay pieces down for what you want to get, right? So, You know, if instead of, bringing in, the Jets or re-signing Aaron Rodgers or whatever, having a pocket quarterback or maybe someone who's older, no, let's bring in a Justin Fields who he's more of an upside guy. We don't expect him to be the franchise, but if he is, even better. But then what you get out of that is you start crafting an offense that when you do get your young guy that you have confidence in, you can just, hey, offense is already built. We already have the skeleton. Let's run with it. Morning Coffee for another $4.99. Appreciate that. Says so don't hire an agent and continue to be Brown's punching bag when he can easily recoup the money. Goodness. Hey, like I said, I appreciate your Grape Tea News. Morning Coffee. You know me. I'm not telling him to do it. I'm just telling you how the game is played. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this is this or this is that. I would never tell Shedeur to do something except for the thing he wants to do. I'm just telling you how it is, man. Here we go. We got a live hater on Twitter. He says Shedeur Sanders fans be like, oh, he's one of the most accurate quarterbacks out of college. And then he says, meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders deep throws without pressure, he misses them. Now, we've already, looked at this. The fact that, we've never seen 31. And if he was just like, I don't know, an inch faster, he could catch that. But hey, yeah, he missed the ball. Everybody's going to miss balls. He has yet to throw an interception like your man DG, though. So I think it's funny that you see how people are hating Shedeur now just because people are being positive. Like, what's the point of he overthrew a ball? Y'all were saying that he didn't have no arm strength, and now, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. We got more Sanders. Sanders is up next. Sanders is up next to the second team. His first completion was negated by an illegal formation penalty, but he responded with a completion to Luke Flory to set up a 40-yard field goal. Okay, so this is coming in live. From my man Daniel. Let's see Shedeur work here. Let's see an actual completion for Shedeur. They're doing some situational stuff. He steps up here, steps back. Oh, finds his man. Oh, that's Deontay. Oh, okay. So this is the completion to Deontay, but then they waved it back for illegal formation. See, this is what happens when y'all got Shedeur with the third and second team. He's running with the second team. Deontay Johnson, by the way, again, like I said, he's running with the second and first as well. Y'all got him running with the second team, so they got an illegal formation. And most likely what it was, typically when it's an illegal formation, it's, too many men on or off the line, right? For wide receivers out there, tight ends, blah, 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 like that. It's a formation thing. So you hate to see that, but apparently he connected right again with Luke Flory. Hopefully we have that clip coming up soon. Oh, yep. Look at this. 12 with a dime, apparently. Let's see it. Shedeur Sanders drops back. Oh. Hey, man. I don't know what to say, man. First off, can we just say that boy Luke and Gage, they gonna go ahead and make the team, messing around doing what they do. And then can I say Shedeur Sanders? How about we get this guy some first team reps, huh? And let's take it slow, because if I want to critique, what I would critique is like, hey, why can't we hit Deontay Johnson? He's wide open over here. So that's my only critique. Because hey, y'all know me, I'm fair. I ain't just gonna say it. But if your solution was to look at this, hey, look, is this man insane? I mean, hey man, say man, like what's there to play about right now? Day 10 is officially over, by the way. Oh my goodness. So I'm fair. So hey, let's hit Deontay Johnson next time, huh? Now, hey, this boy trying to show off. All right, and another he's trying to show off. He's trying to show off that his arm ain't hurting. So he said, I ain't going to take the small little Deontay. How about I put it between two defenders? This was crazy. This is a crazy throw. So it's funny that we were just recording about like, whoa, he's so inaccurate. I mean, is that inaccurate? And again, shout out to Gage, man. That boy going crazy. All right, let me get these clips together. Day 10 is officially over. So the next thing you're going to see is me reacting to everything and kind of putting a bow on it, man. All right. Dang. Dang. Crossover. Because who knows where Deontay going to be by next week. MG says dot. Big Mick says 4 defenders. Ronald Benjamin says people better put in their mind that is going to be traded or practice squad. I don't think people are mad if he gets traded, to be honest with you. Really nice ball from Shedeur during 11-11 hurry-up situation. Threads the needle to Deontay Johnson, followed up with another brilliant layer throw to Luke Floria. So that's the other passes. So right now, we're just going to wait until we get the rest of the clips because I'm assuming we're going to get the clip. It says Shedeur Sanders finished the late game drill and practice with another set of plays, but was sacked on one play and couldn't find an open receiver on the next. Dylan Gabriel didn't participate in the final set of team drills. So it looks like the only thing they held Dylan Gabriel out of was the last set of team drills, where Sanders finished the late game drill, practiced with another set of plays, but was sacked. Obviously, there's no, pressure, whatever, on one play and couldn't find an open receiver on the next. Dylan Gabriel didn't participate in the final set of team drills. That's the only thing seemingly Dylan Gabriel was limited with. But we'll go deeper on that. That's crazy. That's crazy to see. Hey man, people are saying trade 12, man. They're saying it. Chat, what y'all saying before we start this video? Pedro said they didn't see it coming. Octavision said the dog pound ain't won a Super Bowl ever. This is where y'all at and how y'all go. I don't know what you're talking about. I want the media to stop telling us what some unnamed source said about Shedeur. If they have facts to back it up, step forward. These cowards need to stop hiding behind cowardly anonymity. If Sanders finished the late game and practiced with another set of plays or threes, but was sacked on one play and couldn't find another receiver on the next, then Gabriel didn't participate. Okay, I thought he had like something else to say, but he didn't have anything else to say. Okay, cool. All right, well, we got a phenomenal, two phenomenal balls, really. That thing is, that ball to Luke is crazy. Tire story with clickbait headlines about Dylan Gabriel struggles in Browns camp and questioning why Shedeur Sanders doesn't get more reps based on Twitter randos. People really don't like Shedeur Sanders, Doug. People really don't like the Sanders. But hey, man, that's just how it is. That ball was crazy though. That was a crazy ball. All right, I think I'm gonna wait a little bit longer, then after that we'll start recording. 2 phenomenal balls, boy. Drew Ski, because you're not that Drewski, but you know what I mean. Drew Ski, you know what it's about, boy. You know what it's about. Don't be mad because people got them big balls. I mean, phenomenal balls. 2 of them. Octavision, why are you screaming at us? Can you not scream at us? He says, why you don't feel the same way about Cam Ward? You asking me? You better go watch my Cam Ward video yesterday. You better not be talking about me. I know you talking about somebody else in the chat because I just released a Cam Ward video. My favorite thing, and I haven't been getting it as much, maybe because people have been watching my other videos. My favorite thing is when people say you only post Shedeur or Sanders content. It's like, no, that's just the only content that gets a bunch of views. I post plenty of other stuff. Give me my theme music. It's time. All right, I'm gonna let y'all. They told me bust out my AP. Perfect time, man. There's not an AP there yet. Not enough. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one day. Maybe one day. But I appreciate that. Gotta get the theme music. You know what it is. Shelby says, trade 12, almost any other team would be better. Beefy Bless says, good grief. Let's not start with the whatabouts. Yeah, let's not do it. Nick Lance says, Tings, rank the sophomore quarterbacks. Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Caleb, and Drake May. Well, I'm going to go, obviously, Jaden Daniels. Then I'm going to go Bo Nix. Then I'm going to go Drake May, then Caleb Williams. I know Drake May, he didn't have as much pressure and was allowed to be a little more ass. However, Caleb Williams looks absolutely lost, and I think the better situation is Drake May. I'm not sure if the not Ravens. I don't know if the Bears have answered all the questions to make Caleb Williams feasible in the modern NFL. Mr. Nick Lance. Hope you're having a great day, pal. Larry Shields says my ears. Octavian says Treeborg is a clown show. Treeborg? Who is Tree? What is a Treeborg? I don't know what that is. Popular Villain says play that. Jam says ouch. I'm wearing headphones. I'm sorry. I gotta give y'all a headphone warning. I will, anytime y'all donate, I will use my soundboard. I think a bunch of people just left because I used my soundboard. That's messed up, guys. Why'd y'all all leave? Because I just spammed perfect timing. Caleb Williams had 20 touchdowns, 6 picks, and 3,500. What's the sleep for a 87 passer rating? Again, I don't think that Caleb Williams is bad. I'm talking about situationships. I'm talking about future. I'm talking about being in good spots. I just don't trust the Browns. I don't trust the place. It's the same way where like it's hard for me to trust Bryce Young. I know we're talking about sophomores, but why would I trust that just having a few more, a few more wide receivers, XYZ is going to fix it? Like I hope it does, but a guy that has late bursts and he figures it out late, I don't know, but we'll see. We shall see. Okay, so Shedeur Sanders stays in after practice for the Hungry Dogs. Sam Joe says just gonna overlook Penix. He's not. Is Michael Penix really a sophomore guy? Yeah. Thanks, Nick. That's what I'm saying. They'll be fine. Caleb should study the playbook. Caleb looked like he was about to go listen to Mayday Parade after missing all the nets. Sam Joe says, I'd take MPJ over Caleb Williams. Now, I do think that the opinion on Michael Penix Jr. is either he is like the next one, like he gonna light up, or his throwing motion's wonky. He's got chopped knees, yada yada yada. He's 27 years old. Like that's only two things I've heard. I like Michael Penix Jr. Again, I mean, as a Texas fan, I have to like him. Mary, appreciate you with the $5 again. Even $5 means a lot. She says, I always enjoy your commentary on 12. Keep up the good work. Trade 12 ASAP. All right, I'm going to warn y'all. Headphone users, y'all been warned. Y'all good? Everybody cool? All right, I'm going to just go. We're just going to go right here with it. All right? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Marie. The tracker is out. That means it's time to record, ladies and gentlemen. If we could go to ESPN Cleveland, please. We are going to go ahead and finish or record this little video here. And I'm gonna do it on the screen so you can see it in all its glory. Hey, there you go. There we go. We got to take our headphones off. I like it. I like it, man. I like it. Tree Boy said Jesus, dude. Hey, man, it's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. You feel me? But all right, let's get to it. Let's get down to business. Get down to business. The tracker is out. She's a brick house. Whenever I finish moving, because like I said, I am moving like at the end of this month, I am gonna get a bigger stream deck so I have something else than just gunshot sirens and perfect timing. Because I think I might need more than just that. But for the time being, that's what we got. Oh, and I got this one too. Hey yo, that's those are the only ones I got right now. Big Penix injury. Hey yo, big Penix energy. Ugh. I better watch out. I better watch out. Okay, so let's get this all together. Let's record this video. Let's break down what we saw on day 10 of Browns training camp in all its glory. And we're also gonna end it with we're just gonna do some NFL stuff in general. I've been kind of focusing on the Titans, Ravens, obviously Travis Hunter with the Jaguars, Shedeur, things of that nature. I think taking our heads out the sand and seeing what else is going on, I think is important. We are going to check in on Caleb Williams too. What's it called? I got a question for y'all. Who is the biggest sleeper? Who is the biggest sleeper in the NFL this year? So whether that's a rookie, that can be third year guy that just don't get a lot of love. Who is your biggest sleeper? And to my Colorado people, you can't say Jimmy, you can't say Xavier Weaver, you can't say LeJounte. My biggest sleeper is probably going to be Christian Kirk for my Houston Texans. They've been saying he's cooking everybody, so that's going to be my sleeper for the season. Y'all better watch out. He get a little 700-yard season incoming. You feel me? 700 of them things, man. Nothing crazy. Let me see what y'all think. Alvin Kamara. Nick says Bryce Young. I'm not really sure if that's a sleeper. Drake May. Drake May counts as a sleeper. He counts as a sleeper. I'll give you that. Oh, we spamming. Genty. Okay, I think. Does Genty count as a sleeper? We know he's gonna get a bunch of touches, right? Drake May's not bad. Will Shepard, hey, he snuck in a guy. Hey, we do gotta talk about Will Shepard. Will Shepard apparently has been catching everything too. Genty rookie of the year. Like I said, yeah, I think he's gonna be rookie. Hey, Renee said Dak is her sleeper. Hey, Dak, maybe one day you won't be a sleeper, huh? Maybe one day you won't be a sleeper. Big Dakota Rain Prescott. Everybody loves Dakota Rain. Everybody loves Dakota Rain Prescott. All right, what we got? Genty, Dak. Yeah, I was about to say Genty's not much of a sleeper. Bryce Young, we'll give you Bryce Young. Arian Foster, one of my favorites of all time. Dylan Sampson, that's a good sleeper. Dylan Sampson. I'm telling y'all, I don't know why Tennessee fans had a conniption when they lost Nico. Like Dylan Sampson was 90% of the offense. I still don't understand that. Tyreek Hill, y'all just saying no. He doesn't count as a sleep. He's expected to shine. Had to make sure you read that. My bad. I see you, brother. Y'all keep saying Alvin is washed. 1,100 plus yards from scrimmage in the last 7 seasons. Well, that's why I'm saying. Ooh, Nick Lance, R.J. Harvey. Now that's a ball. R.J. Harvey was the leading rusher. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like UCF had like the number one or top 5 run game in all of FBS for like the first 8 weeks or something like that. And R.J. Harvey was a large part of that. He's going to be a dog. He's going to be a problem. J.J. McCartney. Hey, people. J.J. McCarthy has to be behind Shedeur Sanders. He has to be the most polarizing player. Like either you're a McCartney guy or he's just a bum that threw to a bunch of great receivers at Michigan, which is kind of crazy. Great receivers, Michigan. Like, does that even go together? I'm joking. Shout out to Nico DeFrico. Dak is just sleeping at the wheel, Treeborg says. Tyra says Amarion Hampton, rookie out of UNC. He was a dog. Arian Foster. RJ Harvey. Okay, Slammin' Sammy with another RJ Harvey. Braylon Allen out of Wisconsin for the Jets, right? I like that. Browns don't want to win because they have a particular quarterback to win with. What about Malik Neighbors? Come on, we said sleepers, dog. OJ Hampton? Is his name OJ Hampton? I thought it was we said Hampton. Gino, we can't. Yeah, Omarion. I know it was Ben Omarion. I didn't know his name was OJ. We were talking about sleepers. But Geno Smith taking the rest of it. Okay, cool. All right, no more sleepers. I'm gonna ask y'all a similar question when we after this and after we watch the interview questions with Shedeur. We're gonna do a little wrap up for kind of what's going on, and then we'll ask y'all some questions and things of that nature. we'll ask you some things and questions and stuff. Let's see what he had to say. I'm also gonna move one Shedeur video over here because I do want to at least listen to some of this. At least want to listen to this in this video. Okay, so we're about to record. So I will not be able to re-chat for a second. I might peek at the chat from time to time, but just so y'all know, just so y'all know. Bada, 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 bing. All right, cool. Let's talk about it. Let's wrap it up. Yeah, where is Njoku? I feel like I haven't really seen a lot of Njoku. That's a good point. That is a very good point. Day 10 of Cleveland Browns training camp, and we saw a very interesting day today where things were reported from Kevin Stefanski, and those things didn't seem to be as reported and whatnot. But the proof is in the pudding, and the proof is in the numbers. And let's take a peek at those numbers right now. For the first time in I think a while, Joe Flacco with the most reps here, and it seems like in general it wasn't a lot of team reps. And then even on top of that, when we were making the clips, and obviously you can see. Obviously, if you're at this part of the video, most likely you've already seen us reacting to the other clips and saying that there wasn't really a lot of clips, not really a lot to see, because it seems like wasn't really a lot of reps, right? Dillon Gabriel was said to be limited in team. He did go out for 7-on-7s and he did go for 11s, but Shedeur Sanders did in fact get more reps in all altogether. But at the same time, it didn't seem like he got any real first-team reps. It was a lot with the 2s, a whole lot with the 3s. In fact, Dillon Gabriel got reps with the 1s, and that kind of brings us to the biggest problem of today. And it's not really that Dillon Gabriel got the reps, it's that Kevin Stefanski told us that he was hurt and he was going to be limited. The only thing he was limited was the situational period at the end, and we'll talk about the full scope of that. But where I want to start this video before we just kind of re-go over some of the videos we've already watched together, take a little more time. I want to start this with a quote, I guess an answer from Shedeur Sanders and the whole situation of his dad not coming there and kind of how he feels and sees himself in camp.
Because, I mean, like I look at it at my own point of view. Like, I don't want him coming to see me right now because I want to get to where I want to go then for him to see me. I don't want him to come and see me, get a couple reps and, he's cheering like a good dad. Like, nah, you can't be proud of me right now. I got to get to where I'm going, and I know it's a lot I got to do to get there. So it's kind of like I just want everything that I'm doing is just like focus on this time, and I don't want no distractions because we know how the media, we know how everybody would take it and take away from the team just from him being my own dad showing up. So, it's a gift and a curse at the same time.
So a gift and a curse at the same time, and whatever it means. Sorry, this is Adam Schefter. I don't know why it's not. I don't know why it's not showing. Sorry, Ian Rappaport, rather. This is Ian Rappaport. I don't know why it's not showing right here, but he has to say, hey, hard to argue how Shedeur Sanders has handled all of the non-football things. Actually, you know what's crazy? We just got an update for another throw. So let's go ahead and react to that. Hey, we just got another throw. I had to pause the recording. You know what I'm saying? That's why I sounded like that. But we just got another, for my live people, new throw in post-practice for Shedeur. So we could take a peek at this. Hey. Sorry to so rudely interrupt what I was saying, but we do have some post-practice throws to his main man, Gage. There he is. Again, and this is after the Hungry Dogs. This is, Shedeur is known to stay after practice. He's known to show up an hour before practice, get his work in, and he's working with, one of his favorite connections there, Mr. Gage Lavardane. I always feel like I mispronounce his last name. But like we were saying, like we were talking about, it is hard to argue. And this is a good example of what we're talking about. Everything that hasn't been on the field, right? And you're going to see, I put a little video in there where some dude on Twitter was trying to make fun of Shedeur for missing a deep ball, even though he went 7 for 9. He went 7 for 9 on the official quarterback tracker. Looks like all the quarterbacks had a good day. Kenny Pickett, perfect 4 for 4. Gabriel did what he needed to do. Shedeur Sanders, 7 for 9. Right, so everybody seemingly handled business and did what was asked of them. But I do want to point out that as we keep going on, it was so crazy to me. It's the reason why I started making videos about Shedeur. Y'all, if y'all go back in my channel, I make college football videos. That's what I was making. I made, talked about Colorado, talked about NIL, right? And then I started getting more into this because it's like, why lie about that? You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with y'all saying Shedeur's not a good player, but y'all tried to paint him as this crazy diva person, and we're gonna get to those injuries too, because y'all tried to paint the arm soreness as it was his fault. But then we see Dillon Gabriel goes, he has hamstring problems, but he gets the throw. So clearly there's some interesting things going on here. Really appreciate your Priya Rose in the live chat with the $4.99. Ask me the thoughts. I gotta pause the recording. When he says thoughts on Jags quarterbacks, could Trevor Lawrence unreliability waste Travis Hunter's potential? Why not cut Wilford, develop Shedeur, and undrafted free agent Hennigan? Are they waiting next year quarterback draft? The answer to that, I know that not everybody looks at it the same way, but the Jaguars look at Trevor Lawrence as their future. So as far as bringing anybody else in, you're not going to convince them, that group, with the contract that they just gave Trevor Lawrence, right? And I'm up and down on Trevor Lawrence. Some people don't like that I'm up and down on Trevor Lawrence. I just feel like he's very up and down. I don't trust him, but they're paying him like a man that needs to be, for the next 5 years, be the hallmark. So that would be my answer. What's it called? But let me get right back in. Beautifully Blessed wants me to get back on topic. Let me get back on topic. I'm sorry. I didn't see much Dillon Gabriel throws posted either. But yeah, I mean, he's doing what he needs to do. He's making it happen. All the quarterbacks doing decent so far. But the lying in the not mistreatment, right? Just the confusion with the whole Dillon Gabriel being in and not being out situation, right? The idea that, again, clearly, when people tried to paint him or Shedeur as, hey, you're sore only because XYZ, you're trying to miss reps, blah, blah, blah. That clearly isn't the case, because Dillon Gabriel clearly got some reps when he was supposed to be out, right? So in layman's terms, there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of confusion coming from that. But with that being said, let's just go ahead and take a peek at or re-peek at some of these clips. This has to be throw of the day, and this is just throw of the day for everybody. And we'll take a look. We can take another look at the missed throw. But this one, I think, really exemplifies what Shedeur Sanders is as a thrower. And what you talk about, what, people sometimes ask me, not even haters, because I think it's fair to be critical of Shedeur. Like, I do want that to be, as much as I don't have a lot of people who are super pro Shedeur in my fan base. I'm pro Shedeur, XYZ. I do want us to be open to critical thought. And a critical question is like, hey, what does Shedeur do at a high level? I think some people ask that genuinely, and when I say that, I think in response, what I would say is this right here is layering of footballs. Some people just say ball placement. I think, to give you a more intricate answer from what I've seen, is the fearlessness and ability to throw over the middle. Shedeur hasn't seen a throw that he doesn't like over the middle. Now, it has resulted in some interceptions, but he doesn't throw any high. He doesn't have an high interception clip for a reason. He doesn't have a super low one, but it's pretty great. Like, it's a really good ratio. He's known to do that. So some of that comes with trying to attack over the field. Some of that comes with sailing balls. We've seen that in the games, him sailing balls and throwing picks and stuff like that. So I don't think he's like the greatest quarterback of all time. I don't think he's, can make every single throw. I don't even think he's a Cam Ward thrower. I think he's a better decision maker than Cam Ward, though. I think Shedeur is going to keep you alive in more situations where Cam Ward might kill you, but I think Cam Ward can take you to heights that Shedeur Sanders' arm probably can't take you, right? But I have to love this. This is that X factor. This is, why trust him at all, right? It's because I think the fearlessness and ability to not just have placement, but placement in the middle of the field. This it's a new game. And you talk about Kevin Stefanski's offense and the way that he wants to attack it. We want to run. We want to play action. We want to dink. We want to dunk. We want to control this game in a different way. This isn't a high-flying offense, right? At least it hasn't been in recent years. So the values that Shedeur has, they should work seemingly well in the Kevin Stefanski offense, and one of those is attacking the middle of the field, attacking these intermediate throws. And this is where Shedeur has shined. He hasn't shined in deep balls. Like, let's be honest. He hasn't looked amazing in deep balls. Some of them are a little underthrown, right? They get there, right? And usually when they're underthrown, it's usually because he has space, right? And I ain't seen one get dropped besides the one that we saw that was overthrown, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at things like this, if somebody asks you, or if they were to ask me, hey, what's the X factor for Shedeur? I would tell you that, hey, this throw right here, the fearlessness, the ability, the anticipation to know, oh, yeah, I got him. I'm going to throw it right at the back of his head, right over a few linebackers, have enough velocity to hold it there. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't think that makes him some otherworldly quarterback. I do think he has the ability to take the Browns and maybe win some games, though. So, you know, if he gets the opportunity, I think he's going to maximize it and make the most of it. So far, we didn't really see much else. You know, we did have that miss. Let's take a look at that miss. Where is it at? Let me see if I can find it. I got to find that throw that he missed. Where is it at? I'm gonna find that throw that he missed. We're gonna take a peek at that, and then after that, we'll just wrap it up. We'll just wrap it up, man. Appreciate all 755 of y'all in here. I'm not looking at the chat obviously as much because I am trying to finish this off. As soon as I finish this, I'm gonna go right back to reading y'all's chats. I got a lot of screens on me right now. Where is that dang deep ball that he missed? Here we go. Here it is. Ooh, I also want to read it because I'm sure that people are going crazy in the comments about this. So here's the deep ball that he missed, right? Now, mind you, this is the third team. So not only is the third team, dog, that's through your fingertip. Like, it is, I mean, come on, man. He laid out for that thing, though. He laid out for that thing. I mean, I mean, we get a better timing on our jump, man. We're good. We're golden. Like he didn't even jump. He just fell. He didn't even jump. Look. He just got on his tippy toes and fell forward. Anyway, regardless, an overthrow is an overthrow, and this was an overthrown ball. As we do, I like to start look at mechanics. I'm no quarterback expert. I've just seen bad mechanics before. Top of his drop, gets to his hitch. He 1-2s. Looks like he has a great release there. Uncorks it, and kind of like I said, I think maybe he just wanted to show off a little bit. But this is a third string. I guess I thought it looks like a tight end body, but third string wide receiver. So, you know, maybe if Gage is out there, maybe if somebody he trusts is out there, maybe he can complete it. But hey, incompletion. I do want to see the comments though. The receiver got sand in his pocket. Never mind. Okay, never mind. He got to run faster. Okay, never mind. They called him out. I thought it was going to be a bunch of people mad at Shedeur. Hey, never mind. But that's day 10. Shedeur Sanders gets a very confusing day with the whole Dillon Gabriel's out, and now he is out, and then everybody in totality gets even less reps. It's not lost on me the fact that the first day or the 2 days that he's had like the best time to get first team reps, it seems like they find ways to either give more to other people or in this case, just nobody gets a lot of reps in general. So y'all let me know how you feel. Is Shedeur being sabotaged? Is he being traded? Is he being cut? Is he going to make the practice squad? Hey, y'all let me know down below. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm not sure if there's going to be any more training camp streams because I don't think the media is going to be open as it is as now. I think they're going to reopen training camp at some point, but Friday's the date. The next stream for sure will be Friday for the watch along. Might be some streams in between. We'll see. But I just really appreciate y'all watching these videos, watching the training camp scenario. Of course, videos are still going to be coming out. So, yeah, we'll see y'all next time. Y'all be great. Y'all be phenomenal. See you next time. Peace. All right. Marion Miller on one bad leg would have caught that. Hey, that boy Marion Miller going crazy. That boy Marion Miller going stupid. Sorry, I couldn't read the chat. Video is done. We are going to do another Shedeur video. This time we're going to react to is actually the press conference today. So we're gonna hop right in there, and I think we're gonna expose not Shedeur. We're gonna expose Mary Kay Cabot just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, cool. All right, cool. I think I got everything I need. Okay, I just needed that one. Get what I need. Yeah, he's still okay. Cool. Yeah, okay, cool. I think I got everything I need. We're gonna listen to, if you're still here live, we're gonna listen to some of these things. I'm gonna read the chat for a little bit. Running in a dream. Yeah, that's tough. That was a tough one. Facts, BA. BA is hilarious. You need Shannon Sharp job on ESPN. You've been cooking up, brother. Bishop Uzi, I appreciate y'all saying that. I don't want to be associated with Uncle Shannon Sharp right now, though. I will. I want to point that out. All love for Shannon, but right now, let him figure his stuff out. But hey, I respect him. In the content game, it means a lot for y'all to be putting my name in that same sentence. It means a lot. Priya Rose says, also, isn't it harder for Shedeur to do well in preseason without first team reps? Yes, it is. So Priya Rose, you a ball knower. You be paying attention. You paying attention. But yeah, it's very interesting how people want to. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, hey, they want him to only be great in the 2s versus 1s type of thing. It just, to me, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know. I feel like they use him being with the 2s or 3s only when it's useful for them. You know what I mean? When he's having success against 2s and 3s, it's only against 2s and 3s. But now he doesn't have 1s, reps. It's just a whole, it's a whole different thing. Scataboo for your sleeper. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and, because it's already, oh my God, it's 4:00. All right, let's record this video. So today, Shedeur Sanders was asked a few different questions by the media. We're gonna go through. We have the full interview if we have all that time, but I think it's important just to kind of hit some of these clips. More importantly, though, what is going to be uncovered is that Shedeur Sanders is going to talk about the arm soreness, and like I told y'all, Mr. Tony Grossi is trying to use the arm soreness against Shedeur Sanders, just like Mary Kay Cabot did, right? Shedeur Sanders expected to be full go in practice on day 10 of Browns camp today after being shut down with arm soreness on Saturday. Shedeur Sanders says he'll be back in practice full go today, just took himself out to make sure the Browns are getting his best work. Notice that. Now we're going to pay attention, because this is what Shedeur Sanders said about being back.
What's going on? How everybody doing? I'm well. I'm back at practice today, so I'm thankful.
Yeah, man.
So you had like arm soreness before like that, where you've had to take a day off?
Yeah, in college. It was often. It was just adjusting to starting and stopping. Honestly, that's all it truly is. Sometimes you're going hot. Then you'll wait for a second, then you'll get cold, then get back hot, then get cold, and my arm and body wasn't used to that, so it's just an adjustment like within the body, within my arm.
So you think you're back 100% today?
Yeah.
Like you said, he's back 100%. Now, maybe there's another part of the clip. Again, we got more live to report, but it's just so interesting to me that in that report, he talks about the soreness. At no point did he say he took himself out. At no point did the Browns say that. At no point did he say that. So unless there's something else in more live streams, Mary Kay Cabot, you're caught lying again. And you're like, okay, well, if you haven't watched the full interview, maybe there's a part where he actually said it, and maybe Mary Kay's doing that. And again, I think you're giving too much credit to Mary Kay. That's what I would say. But in response, what I would say is Daniel Ofosi, somebody who's extremely trustworthy, he's going to quote this, and guess how he quotes it? He's going to quote it the way that the Browns and how things were reported. Now, we're going to get the next thing we're going to talk about is maybe we shouldn't trust the Browns and what they say, but at least that's what Daniel's going off of. He says Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders said he's good and will return to practice fully after being held out of team drills on Saturday because of arm soreness. And obviously, it's the same explanation, right?
Yeah.
He's starting to talk about it, same whole situation. So, and I just find it funny that I told y'all, I think just in a video yesterday, they're going to use this as a negative PR on Shedeur. They're going to frame it like it's Shedeur's fault for having a sore arm, when the initial reports were the Browns held Shedeur out. And the reason why it's crazy, and the reason why I'm happy I waited until after practice to record this video, is because, as we know, Dillon Gabriel, not only was Dillon Gabriel reported to have injuries, right? And XYZ. And here's Mary Kay talking about, hey, Kenny Pickett will still stay out the team drills today. So the old guy, Joe Flacco, is the only person who hasn't missed team drills. So they're saying that basically Gabriel was supposed to have a modified team drills, and he's had hamstring soreness, right? But that didn't happen. The only thing that he was out of at the end were the last situational team drills. So I say all this to say, clearly in the Dillon Gabriel situation, okay, it's just what the team is. Like, and here he is throwing. This is just the team's decision. But when Shedeur Sanders gets shut down, it's his fault. So we're going to listen to more Shedeur. But before, let's hear the Riz putting Tony Grossi in his place because he was trying to get this off. Hey man, him and Mary Kay.
Fewest reps in camp, and he's got a sore arm. Why? Well, people say he throws a lot before practice and after practice. Well, how counterproductive is that?
I'm sure there's a method to the madness.
What is it?
He's trying to get his arm right, Tone. I'm sure he's probably practiced more now than he has at any point in his
career.
Well,
it obviously was counterproductive because he's got a sore arm.
Okay, so you're using that as a negative against the kid?
I don't understand.
Jesus, God, would you give him a chance?
Well,
my God, because his
arm.
arm's sore? Yeah. What, that's a negative, that the kid's got a sore arm?
Yes.
Because he's working too hard? The hell out.
Working against who?
Get out of here. You got an agenda with that. You're going to, you know what, Tone? That's going to bite you in the ass.
Hey, man. Hey, that's not me saying it, man. That's the Riz. And I told y'all, I tried to tell y'all, I think a few weeks, hey, Rizzo, actually, I've been telling y'all, the Rizzo, he's that guy. Like, he's a Sanders guy. So I mess with the Riz. I think he keeps it pretty even keel. But come on, like, we got to be honest. Like, that's not no just joke. Like, come on, dog. You're gonna blame the arm soreness on Shedeur Sanders. So I appreciate and applaud, first of all, ESPN Cleveland. They put out the tracker, of course, and then on top of that, you got people like the Riz, who again gives an even thing, right? When Dillon Gabriel's doing good, hey, the Riz was one of the people who reported that Dillon Gabriel was leading, and that the Browns love Dillon Gabriel so much, XYZ. So he'll shoot it down, he'll shoot it to you straight, right? But in that same breath, dog, ain't nobody believing this. We see what y'all are trying to do. I told y'all this, and now it's not me just saying it. This is another man in Cleveland radio, on the same radio host, being able to see it. This is ESPN Cleveland. They're not. Hey, everybody sees it. Y'all, we can see through what y'all trying to do. So, Mary Kay, I better see a tweet about Dillon Gabriel competing for a job, sat himself out with a hamstring, right? Isn't that what happened? By the way, side video. Sorry, I watched Fantastic Four, so they got Shedeur with a little person, little dude. I just thought that was cute. I'm sorry. I just gotta get all those hateful thoughts out your eyes. Look at a little dude hanging out with Shedeur. Having a good time, right? Hey, a quarterback that you can trust with kids. Whoa, that's too far. That's too far. That's too far. That's too much. Deshaun did nothing with. All right, let's do it. Let's stop it. Let's stop. Let's not do that to Deshaun. Now back to positive things. Why we gotta be so mean to Deshaun Watson? All right, so let's hear probably the most tweeted, the most reacted to situation from his appearance today. And it's him talking about his dad.
I mean, like I look at it at my own point of view. Like, I don't want him coming to see me right now because I want to get to where I want to go then for him to see me. I don't want him to come and see me, get a couple reps and, he's cheering like a good dad. Like, nah, you can't be proud of me right now. I got to get to where I'm going, and I know it's a lot I got to do to get there. So it's kind of like I just want everything that I'm doing is just, like, focus on this time, and I don't want no distractions because we know how the media, we know how everybody would take it and take away from the team just from him being my own dad showing up. So, it's a gift and a curse at the same time.
And because I'm doing this live, so I know my live chat has already watched the video. They actually watched it recently. But something that was super important that I thought was this reporter, and I don't know why my app's doing this, but her name is oh my God, there's no way I can pronounce that. AK, phenomenal lady. She had to say she really appreciates rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders' take on why he doesn't want his dad here at Browns camp. He acknowledges the media distraction he could potentially become and how that might affect his team. That is something that I know we talked about in another video, but I want to harp on that when we speak about, because this is us just reacting to his words, and I want to make sure we do that. I continuously say in these videos, right? Because I don't want people to rewrite history. I want people to keep the same energy y'all had. Let's do it. Let's if y'all want to say that. Shedeur Sanders was supposed to be this large giant, distraction, right? That just couldn't, any reasonable NFL front office, you're not going to want the headache of dealing with Shedeur Sanders, subsequently having to deal with Deion Sanders and all that circus, whatever you want to call it, right? That was the thought process, as he was falling the draft. So now we get, and this is, I sound like a broken record. How many times have we been doing this weekly? There's another example that does not make any sense for the unpreparedness. It doesn't make sense for him having quote unquote bad interviews. Like nothing of the things that were reported are showing up at the NFL level, which is odd to me. As somebody who's, I consider myself, I can recognize a pattern, right? You can see, right? And I know I'm being hard on Anthony Richardson, but I just think it's the most recent one that we can look at, right? Anthony Richardson everybody was warned, hey, he hadn't started enough games, doesn't have enough a starting experience, doesn't have enough football experience to lead a team and be productive in the offense. And not to say, because we've been hearing great things from AR5 now, from Anthony Richardson from Colts camp, which I hate as a Texans fan. But what we're seeing is that, he needed time to develop, right? We see phenomenal throws. We see him being used in the run game. Great. He's the freak athlete that we see, but how about we give him some time to mature fully into it, right? So, but it's the same thing. We knew he didn't have experience. We're seeing a lack of experience, a lack of discipline, a lack of whatever. And it's not because I think he's undisciplined. I don't think Anthony Richardson is that. I just think that he went from basically being a backup / part-time starter because of injuries and Florida implementation, XYZ, to then here's the keys to an NFL team. Right, and you can see those things leak through. So if Shedeur was bad in interviews and throws teammates on the bus and he's yada 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 and this and that, I don't understand how we haven't seen not one. Y'all, they're trying. Tony Grossi and Mary Kay Cabot are trying to link the speeding ticket to him being a bad. That's it. See, speeding and that's what they're talking about. Clearly makes bad decisions, but it's not sticking. If y'all said he's a little silly, I'd be like, oh, okay. But that's not the report. The reports aren't, hey, Shedeur Sanders, he makes some silly decisions sometimes. He's a weird guy. Sometimes he beats his own drum. Might like to hammer the TRX down the 405 from time to time. Okay. That's still a flag. We still need to, that's still not cool. It's not cool to be speeding. But I mean, y'all painted him like he was in them meetings, putting his AP, double AP in people's faces. Had his headphones on apparently. Said, y'all know who my daddy is? That's what y'all said he was. And I'm getting media members blown away. Ian Rappaport blown away. Saying that literally every step that he's taken has been great. It's crazy to me, dog. It's real crazy to me. And it's the reason why I make these videos, because it's like I just don't get why we need to be facetious. Here's Ian Rappaport's. We don't need to be facetious. Say he's got a weak arm. Say he's not a super talented dude. Please, let's stick with football. But as soon as y'all tried to paint Shedeur as a bad dude, when we have, hey guys, we have over 4 years of evidence. Press conferences, reality TV show, Jackson State documentaries, high school documentaries. I think the worst thing we saw Shedeur do was celebrate on a play. And guess what? And that's another thing. And I'm about to go on a rant. I'm so sorry. And that's another thing. Y'all, this daddy ball thing. Y'all saw what Deion did to Shedeur in that high school clip? No, because y'all don't watch stuff. But he snatched Shedeur up. He snatched him by the face. He said, what the He said, that ain't what a man do. Like, nah, man, nah. Y'all ain't going to convince me what I saw was not what I saw. So let's hear what Shedeur Sanders has to say about getting first team snaps. Again, against the first team with the second team offense.
Yeah, I would say pretty much, I view it as the defense does a great job of mixing players in. So backers, you got rookies out there sometimes. DBs, you got different guys out there. So it's not mentally I go out there and I'm like, oh, you know, these are the ones I'm going to get nervous. Like, it don't got anything to do with that. And truthfully, I don't care what O-line I go out there with. It could be ones, twos, threes, whatever the situation is. And I know Friday when the game is, if I'm with twos or I'm with threes, it don't matter to me. I'm just ready to get down and get to, you know, doing what I could do.
Hey, ready to get down and get to what he got to do. I love to hear that. I love to hear his confidence and, again, the stillness, right? I think that's what makes people upset, you know, the fact that, you know, you're put in this seemingly confusing, terrible, awful situation and the answers continue to come out poignant. They continue to come out the right way. They continue to, just have a good perspective about it. Now, here is offensive coordinator Tommy Rees about the quarterback competition. I'm going to spoil it for you. He ain't saying nothing.
Our guys have had really positive days.
He ain't saying nothing.
Days where they've not practiced as well as they want to. Certainly, you're going to see great days from guys, and then they're going to bounce back the next day and maybe not be as polished as we want them to be. But we try to evaluate camp and practices and the off season in a totality, and not just trying to look at one day at a time.
Okay, so stop. He said, please stop sending out the quarterback tracker. I'm not going to let you give you any information about the quarterback competition. So he said a bunch of nothing. Since you want to say a bunch of nothing, shout out to my man Stampede. I believe he linked me either one or multiple of these clips. I think it was this one right here from 92.3 The Fan. And let's be honest, or they're being honest. They're saying Dylan Gabriel's not even an NFL quarterback. I'm not saying that. That's not me.
Your thoughts on Dylan Gabriel?
He's not good. He's not an NFL quarterback, not right now.
Jeez.
And the fact they keep running him out there for first team reps, and part of it I get because Kenny Pickett's banged up with a hamstring injury, so there's not a lot he can do. But this goes back. They have been putting him out there first with the 11-on-11 going back to the offseason program. They're cramming this guy down our throats, and it's not good. It's not a height thing. It's not personal. I mean, he's rolling out and he can't hit guys that are wide open. He is not all that great at times during the warm-up periods. He's pretty good during 7-on-7 when there's no offensive and defense.
Dog, we're not gonna watch this full clip because it's 2 minutes. I'm gonna wrap this video up. Dog, the warm-up period. He's missing throws on the warm-up period. I have gone up here and literally defended Dylan Gabriel. It sounds like I should stop. Sounds like I'm making a mistake defending Dylan Gabriel because the people there are saying it looks bad. I haven't seen him look bad. I've seen him look decent. I've seen him, okay, cool, some throws here and there, struggle sometimes, but in my head, and I think this is the last video we're going to watch because we already watched some. Hey, this is just the results. Hey, come on now. He wants this guy with the ones. We're going to end it on this video because this is actually, Brown's film breakdown. So this is a guy that, remember, I think 2 or 3 days ago, we were watching some of his clips, and he was coming out and he said, look, man, this is like a rough day for Dillon Gabriel. This is a really bad day for Dillon Gabriel. Like he came out and said it. So I tried to tell y'all, like, these are unbiased people. These aren't Colorado guys saying it. It's not even Ting saying it, right? It's not whoever saying it. These are Browns fans. These are people who've been here since Johnny Manziel, before Johnny Manziel, right? And they're saying and seeing what they see. So what do they got to say?
Dillon is in the thick of it, man. Now, again, like, not many with fair perspective here, 3rd round picks come in, get first team reps early, and start. That volume of that outcome is pretty low. So we're judging Dillon on, like, can he come in and start right away? Which I do understand why some people are like, he's very maxed out. He's older. He's got a ton of college reps. And if he was going to step in and not dominate, but be competent, it should be quick.
Right. Like if it was going to be clear, it would be clear.
Right. I would say I'm a little disappointed in that regard. Now, there have been good moments. There have been some nice, downfield throws here and there. I think the things that have caught me a little off guard is the pinpoint accuracy has not been where I thought it would be. Too many misses, too many miscommunications, too many I thought he was going to be there, he was here type of reactions from him. And then, I knew the height would be a problem. It's something he's going to have to continue to navigate. It's hard. It's very hard to do. And I think that's somewhere I expected him to struggle, and that has come up. The thing I'm a little worried about is the accuracy stuff. Like, when you have an answer and when you find it, he has not been consistently delivering with accuracy.
Guys, y'all can go crazy with it. Y'all can run with it. But it's clear that there is a changing tone around local Cleveland media. I think if you asked us, and go watch the videos a few months back, but I think all the media was not even Dillon Gabriel necessarily, but it was Joe Flacco's our guy, blah, blah, blah. But now it's changed from, hey, Dillon Gabriel might be that, or he's clearly better than Shedeur, to now people are just like, yo, that's it from Dillon Gabriel, right? The Browns pick, and we can go into a separate video about that. This is not me harping on Dillon Gabriel. Again, I defend Dillon Gabriel. I continue to defend Gabriel. No one hates Dillon Gabriel, but they set him up for failure. Even if Shedeur Sanders wasn't in that room, they set Dillon Gabriel up for failure, trying to throw him into the fire with the ones when nobody had him ranked as a starting quarterback in the NFL. We've been over this. Not one person. Multiple people had Shedeur being a first-round pick, at latest second-round pick. There's no mock drafts of Dillon Gabriel going higher than the 3rd or 4th. I'm not making that up. I'm not just a Shedeur glazer. I hate when people come here and do that, because do I glaze Shedeur? Sure. But when I'm saying factual football stats, I mean, things that I saw, things that happened, like, I'm not just going to lie to you, dog. And I don't like that people came into the situation lying about Shedeur, lying about what Dillon Gabriel was supposed to be and supposedly is, and now we're sitting here and Dillon Gabriel can't hit the broadside of a barn, apparently. So, hey, man, I didn't say it. Y'all let me know how you feel about it. Another day exposing of the media and what they're kind of cooking up. It's interesting, very, very interesting. But y'all be great. Y'all be phenomenal. Hope you have a phenomenal rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace. All right, guys. Let me read a little bit of the chat. Priya Rose says, "Are Browns okay losing and betting on the next year's draft?" I think that's their thought process. Lemon Sammy Joe says, "Shedeur's best quality is accuracy. Only thing he had over Cam, to my knowledge." There you go. I'm not mad at that either. Definitely accuracy. Again, I think decision making, because Cam Ward is an amazing processor, but again, I think his arm gets him in trouble and his processing speed gets him in trouble. He's so good at those things that, it might be too quick, too much, try to put a ball in a pocket that he shouldn't be into. Priya says, "Is run game something you already have by now? Could Shedeur improve it at all?" I'd have to take Howard. Are you talking about the Browns? To be honest with you, I liked it. Despite the Quinshon Judkins thing, I don't think anybody predicted that. Without Quinshon Judkins, I think they had a great plan running game for the Cleveland Browns, right? All right, well, let's wrap this up. This one, we ain't even going. We're about to end the stream, all right? But to end the stream, what I would like to end it on is just a little preseason wrap up. At the end of my live stream, today's what, the 4th of October. We're just checking in. I don't even know when I'm gonna release this video, but we got preseason full effect. We got some preseason games this Friday. I got the live chat. I might ask them a few questions. We just gonna be chilling. We're gonna check out what happened this week in preseason football. And if we're gonna start anywhere, we gotta start with my man LeJohntay Wester. I don't know why the quality of these videos been so bad. They tripping, but LeJohntay gets his first touchdown in the in the purple for the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? And LeJohntay just does it because that's just what he does, and he just lives that life. You feel me? So, too easy for LeJohntay. Another day at the office for LeJohntay Wester. Like to see him get his first touchdown. I believe this was with the second team. Little no-look pass from this Q. That boy cooking up. Yeah. And then continuing on, Travis Hunter has just been floating through the air. He's just been pirouetting. Everybody's mad at him for calling himself the unicorn. What else would you call a cyborg like this, huh? You want to call him a mutant? I was about to call him X Games. That's what I was going to call him. Right? Anyway, just a little snippet. I might do a full Travis Hunter video, so y'all be on the lookout for that. Willie Johnson. Lot of positives from the rookie out of Michigan. Now, it's interesting. Will Johnson was already oh my God, he's bullying Marvin Harrison. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now, I think it's interesting because he was looked at as the best defensive player coming into college football last year. Like, it was just clear he's just going to be the best. Now, a knee injury obviously was the only real reason why things look different now. And the Ravens were allowed to get him a little more late. And people are looking at him as a steal. If he pans out, if he's everything that he can be, before injury, it's going to be a scary time, man. It's going to be a real scary time. Absolute scary stuff. And then bad video quality again. But we got our man Will Shepherd on the back shoulder fade. He does that. That's his bag. The big body receiver who, if you asked me 4 or 6 months ago, which wide receiver besides Travis Hunter is going to have the most success in the NFL, I would have told you Will Shepherd. Not from stats, I just from big body. How are you going to go and relate to the NFL? You're a bigger body, big guy, and then kind of go from there. And he's able to do that. I can't wait to see a world where Will Shepherd doesn't make the roster. He's literally caught everything that comes his way. So those are, what's it called? Local people of not the Buccaneers, of the Packers speaking about it. You got people saying that it's just been an impressive training camp altogether for Will Shepherd. So I'm happy for him. It's been a great time. Jimmy has 2 touchdowns. Okay. LeJohntay. That boy. You know what he do. And then just to end it off, what's it called? There have been some speculation, some negatives to say about Mr. Caleb Williams. And here's my take on Caleb Williams. I think Caleb Williams is in a bad spot, right? You go to the Bears, very notorious, at least for the last few years, of not having great offensive line play, not being able to give their quarterbacks what's necessarily needed for them to succeed. So you have someone, Caleb Williams, who's a bit of a wonder kid, right? A bit of a new age, new style. Hey, he's sidearming like Patrick Mahomes. He's mobile. He's this. He's all of that. And I think a lot of times some people think that you can take these young quarterbacks and just kind of throw them to the wolves. And I am of the opinion that that's just always going to end bad, right? And we can sit here and say, oh my God, Caleb Williams is a bust. Or we can look at the full picture and say, man, he was asked to do a lot for a team. And, I think Nick Lance put the stats in here in my live chat. Like, he was asked to do a lot. And ultimately, he ended up having a decent rookie season, right? All things considered. Let's be, That Clips album, anyway. But we can't be too mad at him because of the situation. But that's all we got for a quick little NFL wrap up. I'll keep extending these throughout the day. I'm dipping my toe in it. I'm just dipping my toe. That's all we doing. All right, I'm trying to wrap this stream up. Does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns? As I do so, please let me know. I will answer a little bit of chat. I'm actually about to edit this video, the Shedeur video. Anybody? Treeborg says, because tonight will be the night that I fought for you. Other again. That's what Treeborg said. That's what he typed in the chat. He typed it just like that. So I had to oblige the way he typed it. You feel me? Tonight will be the night. All right. Yeah, that's it. That's all we got. Clips. Hey, Priya Rose, you know what's happening. Great album. Phenomenal album. It's a good time, man. It's a great time. Did Shedeur get any reps today? Shedeur did get reps. He didn't get any first-team reps. He only had 9 throws that we saw. Shadow Urban says, let's squabble. I'm not really sure how to feel about that. No, that's not Caleb. Caleb is the type. I ain't never been with a baddie type. Okay. Yeah, my previous comment needs to be stated. Slam and Sammy Joe, state your previous comment. I might have missed it. MG, the new Clips album does go insane. Stacy, what's happening? Treeborg is laughing. And it says a few reps only for number 12. Spots of, hey, y'all know some good music, man. Y'all be. Oh, dang it. I'm showing y'all this. I'm not supposed to. It's nothing bad in there, but what's it called? I'm about to start editing this video. I can show you how to break a brick if you let me. I'm monitoring like Giuseppe. Prada driven, 9/11. I don't know who's what's. All right, anybody got anything else before we dip and rip? I'm about to shut this down. I'm about to have the Shedeur Day 10 training camp video. So, Ski. I did so many videos on this one. I probably shouldn't have done so many of them videos. Good thing. Prada 11, 9/11. Anything else? Stacy, I'll let you know. So, Stacy, number 12, back in full force, but they said Dylan Gabriel had an injury. But then he ended up still being on team anyway. So weird. He didn't get a lot of reps, only got 9 reps. Seemed like everybody didn't get a lot of reps. Joe Flacco got 12. But hey, 7 for 9 for Shedeur Sanders. Not a bad day at the office. Had an overthrow, but it was with 13 wide receivers. So that's what Shedeur was looking like today. Slamming Sammy Joe says, I want to see highlight footage, edits, whips and chains with Kendrick. That would be fresh. Oh, the best thing the Browns ever did was move to Baltimore and change their name to the Ravens. Okay. Slamming Sammy Joe, elite comments as always. That's a banger. And that's a football knowledge banger too. Okay, I got to wrap this up. Let me do this. I got other I got job stuff, yada, yada, yada. So wrap this up, do this. Y'all be great. Y'all be phenomenal. Thank y'all so much. So many people, 400 people hanging out with me right now at the end of the stream. I've just been yapping. So Browns video coming out soon, or Day 10 video coming out soon. I will have another Shedeur video today. We're going to double Shedeur it up today. Why not? Right? And then tomorrow we'll be back on probably some LeJounte. We'll have some Jimmy. We'll have some Travis Hunter as well. Put out a bunch for everybody. And then Friday, y'all know what it is. We back streaming. We back in the big game. So appreciate y'all. Shadow, y'all be great. Slam and Sammy Joe, you be great. Goon, be great. Priya, thank y'all so much. MG, I already said Shadow Urban, thank you. Kia, be great. Keys too, we will keep growing, and I will not going to keep growing without y'all. Y'all, please have a phenomenal rest of your day. Thank y'all so much. We'll see y'all soon. Peace. Whole lot.